Eyes here. I'm not ready yet. The window just loaded on this computer, so not top chat, live chat. Thank you. Come on. Beep. Okay, Discord is informed. I'm actually sounding a lot better. I haven't heard myself talk most of today. So, yesterday I was feeling not so good. And I had a sore throat. At the end of the day, even though I was like, I was fine. Is my audio okay? Yeah. Yep, it's working. Okay. We good. Right, so what's been happening since last on live stream? I was all willing and ready to come back and do live streams and stuff because like there has been at least one person did say that they missed me and like apologized for like not being about and saying that they missed me and shit, and that was nice. That was nice. But like I said, it wasn't a call for help or anything. I literally was just like, no, nobody did that, so I didn't come back. It again, I wasn't being a dick or anything about it. I just was like, there didn't seem to be a demand for like live streams every other day like I used to do, so I just didn't do it. You know, um, but yeah, that the one of the two people that did message me like was a bit of a was a bit of a dick and was like, you shouldn't be so whiny and stuff. I'm pretty sure he was joking. I'm not whining. It's okay. Like I get it. I'm very much aware and accepting. I'm not a nihilist or anything, but like, I peaked a while ago. I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, I was all willing to come back and do live streams anyway, just to hang out and stuff. Did something just come on the screen? That was creepy. I swear something just came over the preview screen. Maybe it was just a lighting change or something, just out of the corner of my eye because I was looking directly at the camera. Because I'm camera trained. I know what I have to do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just a. Yeah. Oh shit! I haven't changed the calendar in so long. I've only just realized. You guys can't see it, but it's a rat. Like when the light adjusts just right, you can kind of make out. Well, you can kind of make out the rat. Maybe if I cover up my shirt, it will like. Yeah, the camera. That changes the brightness. I need to get a new camera, I think. The auto settings on this camera are just kind of like creepy sometimes. But yeah, I got a new calendar, but it's on February because it's a pain in the butt to change the camera. I'm gonna do it now anyway. Basically Damon got two calendars for Christmas, and we have one. We have one big one up usually on the fridge, and there was a nature one. There was a furry animal, like nature one, not a furry one. Like it was actual pictures of animals, um, and it's just general animals and stuff. Whereas somebody, I think it was his mum, also got him the rat one because we're missing our rats. We used to have pet rats together. We had like about three. He had a pair of rats when I first like moved in. No, when I first met him, he had a pair of rats and like two girls, and they kept fighting like continuously. Then he had then we had like a boy, and that was when I moved in. And then we had another boy after that one called Patch, and he was adorable, and I've talked about him lots. So like Damon has a thing for rats. Well, we have a thing for rats. Anyway, Damon used the other calendar in the house, and I got this one to replace the calendar that I've had up here for about 3 years from the observatory in Scotland when I went to visit my buddy Dave, who isn't dead. Ugh. Is there a giant spider living behind the calendar? Because that has happened. It's my award. Got an award. I'm really sounding sick, aren't I, now that I hear myself? Jesus. Spiders? No. No. However, the entire table just fell on my tummy. Now I'm realizing why I haven't changed the calendar. Yeah, no spiders living on it. That's good. But yeah. The first month rat. So this month rat, it's hurting my eyes. It's a white rat. I don't get what yeah. Is that a like a pink background? Is that what's happening? It looks blue. Oh no, wait. Now it looks slightly yellowy. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm colorblind to pinks and greens. Some greens. So yeah, I'm just gonna I know this is bad luck, but I don't care. I'm going to change it to next month. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, come on. Is it pink or green? This one's also doing the color changey thing. But yeah, so that's this month's rat. April's rat. But yeah, so that's in the background now. For this month. I should take the Christmas lights down as well, but I like the Christmas lights. There we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Rat. Put my award thingy back on the corner because I like the award thingy. Second place in fancy dress costs, fancy dress event at a pup convention. Where was the big pumpkin? It was funny. Anyway, right, that's done. That really can't be seen now. That's pointless. It'll look better if I'm wearing a brighter shirt, I'm guessing. So yeah. Right. Forgot what I was saying. Stupid. Yeah, what's happened since? Oh yeah, since then, I went to a wedding, and then I came back and became sick. So that was fun. It was me and then one other person that got sick. So we think that what happened is that because for my mum's honeymoon, we went to an arcade because we went to the pier. Basically, they got married on the seaside in a seaside resort town kind of place in the UK, and they had like a big pier, and in the pier there's just a huge arcade, and in the arcade there's bowling and stuff, and that's where they had like the mini first honeymoon because they're having a second honeymoon, and I went into the arcade, and I'm guessing I picked something up in the arcade because the other person that was sick from the wedding also went into the arcade and ended up with like basically it's kind of like fast COVID. Like they apparently have COVID. I don't have COVID, but I do have the symptoms. I had the symptoms of COVID, but it happened very quickly. So I'm not entirely sure if it is COVID or not, but they had no incubation time. And from what I understand, COVID needs incubation time, but they had a test thingy and it said that they had COVID. But I don't know. Sometimes the tests, if you've basically got like a certain type of cold or flu, then it can test positive as a COVID, in a COVID test or something. I don't know. But yeah, I never test positive for COVID in a COVID test. I'm one of those people that basically like, and it's not entirely like a me thing. Like this is a thing that has happened to a few people, but I've had COVID twice now. This doesn't feel like the other COVIDs, which admittedly did feel differently from each other, but yeah. But like apparently there are some people that can be tested. You can have a COVID test. Yeah, the little strip tests, one of those. Um, and if you do those, some people can have negative test results from them. I don't know how this is a thing. It sounds like it shouldn't be a thing, but apparently this is a thing. Some people just do not test positive for COVID, even though they have COVID. Because the first time I had it, I actually went to the doctors for something else. I thought it was just bad flu, and I went in I went in, and basically they also did like a different COVID test. They were testing my blood as well and all that stuff, and it turns out that I basically had COVID. But I don't get it. I don't get it. All the tests I took, the home tests, the PCR tests, the strip tests, they never came up with any positive results. And this is also the first time was when Damon also had COVID. So yeah, I don't get it. What did you play? Oh, in the arcade. I didn't play anything. I just, those coin pushing machines. Well, there's like the 2 penny machines in America, 2 cent machines. Those you put coins in, and they basically they do like a plinko kind of thing. Um, Only these ones didn't do that. You put them in the side, and then they just rolled onto the pushing thing, and then they pushed coins into a bigger thing, and then those coins may or may not fall off. I basically just did that. I didn't play any of the actual like arcade machines because it was mainly about like my mom and my ex best friends. She's my best. She's my childhood best friend, and also she's my ex. But her and her kids were like all playing bowling and all playing on the machines, and all also you know, with my, playing bowling with my mum, and on the pier and on the amusement rides and all that. I didn't really play anything. I basically just pushed like I put like 2p coins into this machine, and I got a Pokeball with a little Pikachu inside of it, and a really really tiny Pokemon card, which was rubbish. And I say that I got the Pokeball. Actually, Damon got the Pokeball, but because there were two like in the machines with the coins and stuff, so like eventually one of the balls, like oh my god, this is a narrative disaster. I'm a writer as well, so fuck this. Oh my god, you're making my mouth really dry because I have to talk and explain this. Oh my god. I'll start from the beginning. Went to the arcade, had a look around the pier. I actually went outside and walked around the pier, and it was super nice. It was super nice. It was empty as fuck because it was like 0 degrees C outside. But there's like at the pier that we were on, because there's like you know what a pier is. There's a pier on the beach. There's like a long wooden structure that goes out to sea. That basically is a pier. I'm guessing everybody knows what a pier is. Anyway, there's a building at the entrance of the pier. That is the building that has like a bunch of arcade stuff. There's also a miniature fun fair, or actually, it's a proper full-sized fun fair. It's just that everything's like squished together because it's on one big wooden structure, you know. So yeah, there's like a roller coaster. I'd say a mini roller coaster, but it's a full-on roller coaster. There's a little log flume, you know. There's like a carousel. There's all sorts of stuff on this thing. It's really good, especially if it's made for a lot of small children. But you know, I saw full-on adults on a lot of these things. So yeah. When Ichi comes to visit me, I'm taking him to this pier because it's within walking distance. Well, it's within my walking distance of my mum's house. So when he does come to stay with me, then like we're going there. And then there's like the rest of the pier is just a big just walking structure with a restaurant on the end of it. So yeah, I walked around the arcade for a little bit. Couldn't find anything that I really fancy playing myself. Damon stayed inside, and he stayed by the cafe because they had coffee and also milkshakes. He really likes milkshakes, so that's good. And I went out and I had a walk around the pier, and then I came back. Took him to have a walk around the pier, and then when we both got back inside, met up with mum. Mum was then going, and she went and did bowling with the kids and everything, and the family. And then I stayed, and I found a coin pushing machine. There were tons of them in this place. I found a coin pushing machine that had the Pokeballs. There was one plain Pokeball, and there was an Ultra Ball or something. And like they were in these coin pushing machines, and like me and Damon basically were staying at these coin pushing machines until one of these Pokeballs fell off, and his one fell off first, and yeah, so I'm guessing that's where I picked up the bug. So yeah, we then had a meal out and walked on the beach and stuff. It was a really nice day. It was a really nice day. But the second that I got back home, I started to feel really tired and warm, you know. But I thought I was just really, really tired because I hadn't slept very well while I was away, and then when I got home, I was super sick. So yeah, so that's how it's been going. I was basically just really snotty and just really sinusy and headachy. And over the past couple of days, it's evolved from like less snottiness, more chestiness. I had no chestiness until a couple of days ago, and then all of a sudden I started getting chesty and having to do that a lot. And then yesterday I started getting a sore throat, and like today I've just really got a sore throat, and the chestiness is almost gone. So I think I'm getting better. I feel like I'm safe enough to come onto live stream and not choke and die. So that's something. So yeah. What's not safe? What's not safe? What do you think's not safe? Stop yawning. I'm not even tired. It's literally just the fun. What do you think's not safe? Hi, Don. Sorry if I didn't say hi earlier. I feel like I did say hi, but I feel like I might have, now that I'm remembering back on like everything that's happened in the live stream, I feel like that was just in my head. I didn't say that out loud. Say out loud. So yeah, the pier. The pier's not safe. Yeah, they're safe. They have a bunch of warning signs and stuff, and yeah, you do not get your mobile phone out of your pocket. You never get your mobile phone out from your pocket. Do you know why you never get your phone out when you're on a pier? When you're not in the building that's attached to the pier, like there's buildings on top of the pier. You can go into those buildings, and then you can get your mobile phone out. But you do not get your mobile phone out while you are, sorry, your cell phone out when you are on a pier. Do you know why? I don't know why I'm going to ask. I don't know why I'm asking. I'm going to tell you anyway. It's because when you're outside on a pier, it's just wood. There's usually just one layer of planks that are covering that you're walking on, that are covering the ground. And in most places outside on the pier, you can actually see like a small gap and the ocean or the sea. You can actually see the sea. So if you get your phone out and just for a split second you forget to hold on to it tightly, and you drop it, it's in the water. It's gone. Every time I go to a seaside town, I like to go to the pier. I like to go on the pier. They're usually nice to stroll on and chill. So yeah, because you're basically like on the water. You're like in the water. It's like being on a boat that doesn't rock. It's always a pleasant experience. So I always like going on the pier. And I've actually seen somebody get their phone out of of their handbag, out of their handbag, and actually like immediately drop it, thinking that it's like, oh no, I dropped my phone, no big deal, and then kind of like going to pick it up, but like it's already kind of like tilted into the crack and then fell, and it was gone. And I was trying to not to laugh my ass off, but yeah. This woman was with another woman who was wearing almost wearing heels as well. You don't want to be wearing heels on a fucking pier either. But I mean, she seemed to be doing okay. But I was like, I'm pretty sure there were signs saying you should wear the appropriate footwear on the pier. But whatever. So yeah. But no, have you ever been on a pier? They're really cool. I really like being on a pier. I like walking. So being on a pier is like really nice. There was something weird that was going on that I couldn't figure out. But a lot of piers have like a section that's like on the very end of them, or even on the side of them, where it's basically only fishermen are allowed to go. Where you can and every morning while we were there, fishermen were on the pier. So I thought that basically I was like, well, that's cool because I usually wake up way before everybody else, and I like to have a walk on the beach every morning. And like one morning, I wanted to go onto the pier and see if I could get, like just the pier to myself, plus some fishermen that will probably ignore me because they ignored me when I was there before, when it was properly open and stuff. But I don't know how they got on because like they were on the pier and yet I couldn't see a way to access the pier at all. Like there's no way of accessing the pier from the outside, from the shore anyway, without going through the arcade or without going through the restaurant that's attached to the arcade to get to the actual pier part. And they were shut. There was nobody inside. So I was like, how do they fucking get on there? I didn't get it. I couldn't figure it out. It was driving me crazy. But yeah. Anyway. How's everybody been doing? Where's everybody up? Is everybody else sick? Is there anybody to empathize with me? Empathize with me, damn it. Has anyone else been on the pier? Does anybody else like walking on the beach every morning? The wedding went good as well. I was like, I should have said about the wedding. Yeah, the wedding went good as well. Yeah, it's very, very funny seeing basically my aunts and uncles haven't changed at all. My aunts and uncles on my mother's side of the family were there, and they hadn't changed at all. They had all been the same, and except for one cousin, all of my cousins had changed, and that was hilarious because it's so strange when I had like one of the does allergies count? Sure, why not? It's very strange when the last time that you saw some of these cousins, because like my mother's side of the family, we haven't like met up a bunch. It's usually my father's side of the family that we meet up a lot, but it's weird given how sociable like the rest of my mother's side of the family is. It's strange that we don't see them a lot. I think it's because now a lot of them still live in like Scotland, and actually some of them live in Norfolk as well. I know this won't mean anything to a bunch of you, and some of them even live in Northern Ireland. So yeah. Um, it's like I don't get to see them a lot. There's actually like an aunt and uncle that live in Manchester, who and like I said, they haven't changed at all. But so because we don't see them a lot, like my cousins, because I don't see them a lot, the memories that I have of them are them being my older cousins. So, like for example, I was in my mid to late teens the last time I saw them, and like they were in their 20s, you know, in various parts of their 20s, because they were all my older cousins. And yeah, so it's really funny. The men in particular are really I shouldn't in case any of them watch this. It's really funny when there were some skinny to like just really fit young men, basically, and they're all chunky fat guys. Now they're all chunky fat guys in their 30s and 40s, and it's hilarious to me. It was hilarious to me. But yeah, it's just that like the last time I saw these guys, there was actually no, like one of them might even be nearly 50. I forget how old I am. You know, it's like yeah, they've aged, but I have as well because I'm nearly 40. So it's like, you know. But yeah, it was just really funny. I was like, uh, oh, I was sort of kind of like I was sort of still proud of the fact that I was still kind of the biggest guy because of my body dysmorphia. My cousin-in-law Pete. Oh shit! I shouldn't name people. I have a cousin-in-law, and he in fact is like he appears bigger than me, but he could fit into one of the booths at the place where we had food just before the wedding, and I was like, oh my god, what? Peter's very vague. Yeah, I'm more worried that in case basically like one of my family members stumbles upon any of my shit, you know. It's like I'm not so worried about them finding my stuff. It's more the case of like, oh my god, like that's my cousin-in-law and he's talking shit about me. But yeah, like he would be the biggest one, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not the biggest one here. That's okay. I think is it? I don't know how I feel about this. But like I can't fit into the booth at all, and I'm like, I don't get how this works. Is this just a case uh of like I know a 400-pound bear who can basically get into the shower of this hotel room, and I was stunned the fact that it's like how can he get in the shower and I can't. I can't without breaking the fucking door. And it's in fact is the case that he can get in the shower very easily because he's very pudgy, you know, he's soft fat, whereas I'm more built, and like my tummy is more firm than that, so it's like it's harder for me to suck it in. In fact, it's impossible for me to suck it in sometimes. So it's like maybe that's the case. I don't know. But like my cousin-in-law basically was like the biggest guy there, and I don't know. It made me feel not so fat pride. It's more the case of like I said, like like I said, the male cousins of my family were all young, very fit guys when I last saw them, and now one like they are all very chunk. They've rounded out a lot. You know, it's just very funny to me. They sound exactly the same. Is also what's freaky. They all sound exactly the same. It's like the last time that I was, you know, a young guy with them. They all sound exactly the same as they did back then, and it's just it's a weird mind fuck, you know. But yeah, I did already. I already posted on Discord about the airbag comment, which completely went over my head, and then I basically while I was sick, I was remembering the whole event like a week later, and I was like, and then I got the airbag comment, and I was like, oh my god. Very funny. I don't know if I want to do the pick mining now, only because it's basically like I'm only going to be doing it for like 10 minutes, and then I'm probably going to stop doing it because I said to myself, I'm only going to be on here for like an hour. So yeah, I do feel like I've accomplished something with this live stream though, because I've caught everybody up on what's been happening and stuff. Well, I've caught two people up. So yeah. Mm, thought I heard something. Right. I do have a couple of things like in the works. So when I'm properly better, I'm still not 100% better. You can probably tell that. I do feel like I'm getting better. Are you still working on that film? Do you mean the pipe clip compilation? The one the last time I was on, we did the music for? I think that answered the question. Also, it's on Discord. So, yeah. Well, that's the last thing I was working on. Yeah, that's the last thing I was working on. And then I did warn you guys that I'm probably not going to be like posting so much video stuff because I've got the pick dump to do, and I've been doing the pick dump. I've been doing it while I've been sick and stuff while I can. Um, so I was hoping to get a bunch of it done tonight, but some of the pictures are on my old device, and I tried booting up the old device earlier, and it's doing the ghosting thing. That old device, like the rest of the pictures are on here. So the rest of the videos that I need to get the pictures from are on here, but I've already got some pictures already done on that old device. But when I booted it up, it's doing the ghosting thing. So I'm leaving it to cool down for a little bit before I actually do that. So yeah. I got exciting news about Bear Bash. I know that not a lot of people are watching this live right now that are going to Bear Bash, but uh, yeah, the Cigar Social has been like organized by the actual people who do the actual event. Apart from like the couple of mini things that are going on during that, which I am still organizing. So that's something. If you go to the Bear Bash website, you can actually find out where the Cigar Social is going to be and what time it's going to be at. So yeah, it's the Cigar Leather Social as well. So it's like you don't have to come in leather, but it would be awesome. The piggy picnic and the whole hog buffet trip is basically is still run by me. They haven't put that on the schedule, but also I still I need to find out basically from the couple of people who like always go to the event with me, um, like exactly what times that has to be at because like we need to plan it around the scheduled events. So fortunately, I don't have to do that for the cigars slash leather social anymore because it's already on the program. It's part of the whole Bear Bash event, so that's cool. Um, but yeah, so if you are watching this, most likely on playback, and you want more information about it, then um, if you just want information on the Cigar Social thing, go to the Bear Bash website. It's part of Man Bears, so search for Man Bears or search for Man Bears and Bear Bash. So that'll give you more information about that. I think isn't it at the end of April? Like it's at May, isn't it? It's like the 1st of May. I think Bear Bash starts in Manchester. Yeah. If you want information on the piggy picnic and the whole hog, then you're going to have to go to the pig pen on Facebook, or just contact me about like when that's happening because we still haven't figured out exactly when that's going to happen yet. We have to work around what events other people are going for, but they usually happen around about like a late lunchtime. Um, for the buffet, and the piggy picnic usually happens just before the cigar social. But the cigar social is actually happening at an actual bar this time, as opposed to just being a bunch of leather guys attacking the park. Oh my god, it's always fun. It was always fun when it was just like me and my buddy organizing the cigar social. But this year, the actual event people, they haven't just put it in the program, but they've actually like organized a location for it and everything. So yeah, that's going to be like it's at an actual bar. So that'll be cool. We actually get to have drinks this time instead of like just non-alcoholic beverages in the park, um, under a mini marquee. So yeah. Oh, I can't. I think we are still having like it's in two parts. There's two cigar socials. There's going to be one at the bar, the main one, and then there's going to be another one after the pool party, I think. But it's going to be that one's either going to be in the park or it's going to be in the actual bar again, depending on how the bar goes, I think. Um, right. So everybody that's not like coming to this, you can pay attention again because I'm going to get to a more relevant thing. I am actually like I've gifted myself, and I hate that I've done this because I had to spend a lot more money than I should have. Um, I've gifted myself a leather shirt to get the proper leather outfit, and it arrived, and it's too small, like way too small. It's exactly the same size as the one that Damon's got, which is good for him because now he's got 2 leather shirts. Because of course he does, and he looks really good in them, and they fit him perfectly. But I keep forgetting that I'm not Damon size. So even though this is a 4XL leather shirt, it doesn't go over my shoulders. And it definitely, well, it does go over my shoulders, just I can't move my arms. And also, I can't button it up, like even the top buttons, just no chance. So I've ordered myself one off of eBay instead. So I'm a bit iffy about that. Because that was the biggest one they did on Amazon. But so I've ordered myself one off of eBay, and it's a little bit more expensive, and it's a 6XL, which is the biggest size that they had. So hopefully that'll fit. But if it doesn't fit, then I'm just going to wear something under it and then be uncomfortable for the rest of the leather social. But what's relevant to you guys is that like I am going to be, when the other one shows up, I am going to be making a proper leather video out of it. So yay. Yay. Let me just double check actually, because I can actually check on my phone now. Well, I could have checked before, but I haven't because I ordered it like a week ago, or less than a week ago. But I'd still like to see how it's doing, as in, hopefully it's coming, it's arriving soon, maybe. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, 5 days ago I bought it. So arrived 19th of April to the 22nd of April. Okay. But yeah. So hopefully that's coming like sooner than anticipated, hopefully. So yeah. Unfortunately, the sizing chart is just as inaccurate as anything. You know, I'm just continuously frustrated by the sizes of like the the unstandardized sizes when it comes to X's, because like this shirt itself I think is like I think this is a 3XL something. It's really cutting into my neck, so I've stretched the like I like when I'm not on camera I usually kind of just do this, or try to hold this for as long as I can just to get it to stretch properly. Ugh, what will the label say? It's way too close for me to be able to read it. For fuck's sake. It's a 3XL. Yeah. So this is a 3XL. I have got shirts that are like 2XL, which are snugly fit and nice. You know that wife beater, the white vest that I've got? Like, that is a 2XL, I think. But it's extra long as well. And that's really snug around my tummy, and it feels really good. But yeah, like I am a 5XL, unless I want to sit down when it comes to shirts, button shirts. Unless I want to sit down, in which case I can be a 7XL. So anywhere between basically a 3XL and a 7XL is where is what's comfortable for me. See how big of a discrepancy this is? So yeah, that big orange shirt that I use for padding, that is a 10XL. So that's only 3X's above the things that are comfortable for me. What the fuck is going on with sizes? It doesn't make sense. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean though. It's like I've got shirts that are clearly 5XL, but if you look at them, they're actually just like 3XL. So this would fit you. Is that what you're saying? There's no standards for sizing. No. No. It's continuously winds me up. Just like, and pants, forget about it. Forget about pants. I have I have like I've I have two pairs of pants, and then I've got one pair of pants that hasn't been altered yet because I have to take up they're my fancy pants. I've got to take them up so that I can wear those if they actually fit, because I still haven't tried them on, but they're fancy pants. And the reason for that is that every time I order pants, then like well, they don't fit, or they fit me, and then I try to sit down in them, and then they basically become really painful. Yep. Pants are all different. How did my beard get tangled up? I had a shower yesterday. My beard is already tangled up like crazy. My beard looked good. I did have a friend that basically wanted to straighten my beard. Like they had like an obsession of like, oh, I really want to straighten your beard. Have you ever? They would ask me about it. Like every 3 or 4 messages would be, have you considered straightening your beard and stuff? And it's like, I don't want to play with it too much. I'm frightened that if it goes away, it won't come back. And I definitely want it for when I'm older. Because I want the Santa beard. I want it. I am a bit peeved that it doesn't show up so much, but my white hair is actually taking over my beard. It is like, it's very much here. I've noticed that it's on pictures. My mum sent me some of the wedding photos, and it's like, in person, it's white, like here. In pictures, it looks like there's no beard here. It looks like you can see chin here, when in fact it's just the lightness of this part of hair is just showing up on the camera, and the camera is like either auto adjusting or something to match the light, because it is so, these hairs on my chin are so silvery white. It's weird. There's like some here that you can kind of see on my preview as well. But yeah. I'm getting a grey muzzle. On my preview as well, you can see the white hair, the silveriness. But yeah. I know I shouldn't be like so excited about it, but yeah. I never thought I would get to be Santa, like properly without makeup, and now it's happening. It's exciting. Your YouTube crashed. Weird. I don't want to get you in trouble, Don, but have you have you ever had to order like really big pants or a really big fire chief or something? Like, give us all the gossip, dish. It's strange. Like I was thinking of you the other day because I stumbled upon one of my old cartoons. There's a bunch of cartoons about just general funny stuff, funny like cartoons and comic strips and all that stuff in old newspapers and stuff. And I've got a bunch of them on my archive because of the project that I was thinking of doing. That basically fell through. Basically, somebody didn't like give me the money to do the project, and it's sad. They weren't interested in it anymore. It seemed to be a thing that like firemen are, have always been kind of like nicely built and hunky, just stereotypically. Fire chiefs, big fat asses. Like weirdly big fat asses. Also old timey cops, big fat asses. Like it's hard to find a fire chief that isn't a big tubbo and or an old style policeman from like the 20s. Like they're also all big tubbos in cartoons. It's like it's weird. I like this trope. I was just like, is this a thing? And it's really hard to find pictures of them in real life and stuff. It's weird. It's uncool that there's not much documentation of this weird stereotype phenomenon. I want to see, like seriously, there was like a huge spout. There's a bunch of cartoons that I found like when I was looking in one of the old archives for the newspapers, where I found a bunch of these cartoons and comic books and stuff, comic strips. Sorry. There's like a weird like strand of them about like fire chiefs. They basically like they had to they have to basically like slash the fireman budget, the firefighter budget in whatever city or town or whatever, because of the amount of times that they had to basically spend a bunch of money trying to get the fire chief out of the fire station, or stuck out of a chair, or he got stuck on a ladder, or basically like he wouldn't be able to, he kept getting stuck in things. Like it's just a bunch of different fire chiefs getting stuck in things because they're so fat. It was just so weird. Yeah, personally, but one of the fire chiefs retired before I worked there, wore 54-inch pants. He was a me. The last time I checked my jeans that I'm currently not wearing, but like the ones that are on standby for when I need to wear them. Like I've got a pair of black jeans. They are 52s, I think, and like the other ones are 51s or 50s. I think the other pants that I've got are 50s. I'm not sure. When I was cleaning out our shelves, I found a bunch of 60-inch pants, kind of collector's items now because they don't make Dickies that size anymore. Why? Especially with America. With America? Yeah, there's a few stations that are notoriously slow and referred to as retirement stations. It just everyone gets fat. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just a thing now. But it wasn't. The thing is that it was in the past. A thing in the past is that basically like that you were fat and successful or fat and happy. So yeah. 54 pants and suspenders. What's funny? I don't. Why the lol? I don't know. Why is that funny? Damn, I only wear 40. Yeah, but Panafox, do you put them? Do you wear your pants under or over your belly? Like the reason why I've got see, this is where the sizes don't make sense, right? I've measured my tummy; it's around about 64, around about that when I'm sitting down. Um, I have such big pants because I can sit down and actually have them over my tummy. Like they pinch a little bit, but they don't. It's more like they hug than they do pinch. That's why I have the pants so big, is so that basically, yeah, because they have to. I have to wear them over my tummy sometimes because what I do when I walk anyway. Because it helps keep my pants up. Um, because of my short corgi legs, like I have to, if I wore my pants under my tummy, then my legs of my pants would actually be dragging on the floor, or I'd step on them or something. So yeah, but when I sit down, I usually like pull the belt line of my pants underneath my tummy. So especially if it starts to pinch or if I'm eating a large amount of food. So yeah. So in actuality, like my waist size is around about 52, 54, and my belly is 64. So yeah. But you only wear 40? Yeah, but you're significantly heavier than me. Is it because you're taller? I think it's because you're taller. It's probably because you're taller. It might just be my weird body dysmorphia. I don't know. I do feel very small, and I still feel like my even though I'm very aware that I've changed in size, but I do still feel like I'm 220 pounds. I sometimes still feel like I'm 280, and that's like fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm only 5'6", 5'7" though. I thought for a long time that I was like 5'8", because like one of my friends is 5'8", like well, at least that's what he kept saying. I think he might be in denial. think he might be into but yeah, he said he was 5'8", so I was like, well, we're about the same height, so 5'8". But I also, because one of my legs is shorter than the other, essentially it's like when depending on what leg I'm leaning on, I was always 5'7", 5'8". But then I had my height taken when I was at the doctor's, and it turns out I'm 5'6". So yeah. I was also wearing shoes when I had my height taken, so it's stupid. I don't know. Yeah, is it? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the height thing. I've never really been self-conscious about it. I've I've always been aware that I'm around about like I'm a little bit shorter than the average, just a little bit shorter, just a little bit, literally probably about that much shorter than the average, which is like 5'8", 5'7", 5'7" is the average, I think. But yeah. How tall are you, Panda Fox? I know Itchy's tall. Itchy's taller than me, but like it's so strange. Just the I don't know what it is exactly. Itchy's taller than me. However, I always feel like I'm looking down on him. I know how that sounds, and I know it's probably correct. Uh, but I always feel like I am looking down on him. It's so I don't get it. I don't get it. Like when I'm with Itchy, I don't have body dysmorphia. Is that strange to say? Like I do feel as big as I actually am. It's strange. So Panda's 5'10". I thought you were 6. Damon is 6. Damon is 6 foot. I do have a friend. Well, actually, no. Uh, you guys will probably know him because I've worn a bunch of his shirts. Moody Bear, the guy who does the shirts, is actually a friend of mine, and he's a very cute puppy guy. He's like 6'6" or something. He's ridiculously tall. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but I do remember like having a conversation with him while I was stood on a balcony and he wasn't, and we were at eye level with each other. It was in a bar and it was just a staged area, but it was like, how, what? And he's an incredibly sweet guy. He's apparently a very very a very very good pup as well. So yeah, it's just it's weird because I definitely want to be looking down on him, and it's like it's only ever happened a couple of times. But yeah, it's strange when you have giant people like that. It's just strange. I do remember being a kid, and then I had an uncle that was like 7 foot, um, but he was also huge. He was like 800 pounds. It was a thing, um, and it was like he didn't look out of proportion at all. He was always just a very very tall, wide guy, and basically yeah, it's really hard to imagine him nowadays because I only knew him when I was a kid. So it's like I never got to experience like the actual proportional difference between him and regular people. So yeah, it's so strange. Oh, talking about like sizes of people, um, like one of my aunties, and also actually my cousin, because like my auntie also had like a daughter, and like she is also teeny tiny. One of my aunties is just like barely above, um, barely above dwarf status. You know, she's like 4 foot something. Oh my god! Sorry, I've got a really bad itch on my back. I already got to figure out if this is actually a problem or not, having itchy back, or if it's just a new old guy thing. But yeah, I forgot how teeny tiny she is, and when I saw my auntie, like I gave her a hug, and it was just like, oh, this feels weird. I'm hugging a child, and yet this woman is just in her 70s. Oh my god, it's so strange. Um, yeah, she might. I don't think she's in her 70s. Is she in her 70s? She's in her 60s. She's in her 60s. I was like, how old is she compared to my mother? But I think it's my mother's cousin, so she's my aunt or my second cousin. I don't know how that works. Anyway, but yeah, it's strange. And all I kept thinking is that like these two have met. Like my huge uncle has met her, and I think I was there for that, but I don't remember much about like it being so weird. Mostly because he was just absolutely gigantic. Well, he was just like he's literally twice the probably like 4 or 5 times the size of her, and it was like this is weird, but because everybody was nonchalant about it, it was kind of like whatever. But yeah, it's like, is this how he felt meeting her? This must be how he felt with most people all the time. Anyway, right, I've been on for like over an hour, and I haven't done any of the pick mining that I said I was going to do. But this has been nice to just chill and chat with you guys, as it always is. But yeah, I'm gonna get a drink, and then I'm gonna lament having spent money on more leather stuff. So yeah. Can I have some pants, Don? Do you think you can get me some pants? I really do need new pants. Dude, I've not been in the mood for art. Are you a patron or something? You know, you can ask me to do. Well, you're just my friend. You could ask me to draw stuff. You know, you could do that, right? You know, you're allowed to do that. Send me some pants, and I'll draw whatever you want. um, you were good company while door dashing. Well, I'm so glad that I could be your background noise. Jesus. Uh, if you're in the area, I might give you some padding clothing. Hey, you could donate. You could donate money with it as well. But you know, you can ask me to draw stuff as well. You know, you could donate money. It's fine. You know, you could just give me money stuff and stuff, right? You know that. Just do that. If you're in the area, I might give you some padding clothing. I can't though do that. It's too much. That's too much money. I'd feel really bad if you gave me a couple of grand to come visit you. I mean, you could, but I'd feel bad about it. I don't know how bad I'd feel. Maybe we should test that. If you send me a couple of grand, then we'll see how bad I feel. We do. No, don't seriously. I know you had car stuff and like you've like relatively recently got this job and stuff. I get it. It's cool. I mean, it's not that cool, but I understand. That's what I meant to say. It's not cool at all. It sucks that people are just giving me money for nothing. But oh, I better go before I say something I mean. Right. Yeah, anything anybody want to ask me or say to me before I leave? Like, now's the time. I know I'm gonna jinx myself. But if I feel like this tomorrow, I might declare myself better. It's just I've gone for a long time without hacking up any gunk or anything, and without having to blow my nose. So, and if it's only a sore throat, then I could be filming something as early as tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a couple of things. I've got a couple of commissions. Well, I've got a couple of suggestions from my Just for Fans that I need to do, and also I've got my buddy from Groma has also got a request for me to do something. So, like, I've got 3 videos to do, and also the pick dump, which is what I'm supposed to be trying to get done. Because I'm running out of pictures to post in places. Basically, whenever you start to see the stretched out, morphed looking pictures, that's when I'm coming to the end of my gallery, because those are the ones on the end of the gallery, like after all of the other pictures from the year. And it's like, yeah, that's when I'm gonna have to start to do the pick dump, the pick mining, and then the pick editing, and then the pick dumping. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, if I'm feeling this good after tomorrow, I should say, I'm gonna give it a day to maybe get all of the gunk out of my system. Then I might come back to doing videos. But like I said, I think I just jinxed it. I swear to God, one of the fates heard me just now, and they're like, "No, like when you wake up tomorrow, or even in the night, you're going to have a food poisoning attack or something stupid." But yeah, I'm not being pessimistic if it actually happens to me. Okay, which it probably will, because the fates hate me. Ugh. Belly rubs and belly salute. See this weird mark on my tummy? It looks like a spot, but it's not 3D. It's just got the appearance of it. It's actually an ingrown hair. There's a hair there, but there's no spot. What is your problem? But yeah, belly rubs, belly salute. I've just noticed it in a couple of videos that I was editing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's not, I can't feel it on my tummy. I just have to wear belly paint every time. Oh my god, shut up! No, yawning. No. I'm tired yet. Yeah. I might be back in a couple of days' time. I probably won't be back tomorrow. But if I am back in a couple of days' time, then hopefully I'll be better by then. And I'll either be doing filming or I'll be doing pick mining and actually doing the pick mining because it needs to be done. And I'm not going to procrastinate this time. The only reason why I let myself procrastinate as much as I have for the past week and a bit is because I've been sick. So, like, I've actually got a legitimate reason. There was a spider on my desk. When I touched my phone, my actual phone, on my desk, when I tapped it with my finger just now, something just crawled. Very clearly crawled. I saw you. I swear to God, if I go to, like, pick up my pipe and you are on it, I'm going to throw you across the office. You can't see me. I don't know why I'm threatening. No, it's gone. Whatever. Right. Yeah, my pipe is on my office. Is on my office. Is on my desk. No big spider on it. So I'm guessing it crawled under my computer. Well, that's not cool. I definitely saw it. I'm going to deal with this drama. Bye, guys. Have a good couple of days / week, depending on whenever I see you next when I'm streaming. Toodles.